Alright, well, hello everyone. I'm going to get started with the pre-stream here because, as I said earlier, well, I said this right before I started recording the pre-stream, I actually have to stop the stream a little bit early today. Typically, when I do a gameplay stream, it starts around 1 p.m. My time, ends around 4 p.m. Today, I have to end about a half an hour early, but that's perfectly fine. Later tonight, I'm going to be doing a second gameplay session, which is actually going to be WWE 2K16, and that session's actually going to be a little bit longer than my typical second gameplay session to kind of make up for the fact that I'm going a little bit short on my first stream here today. That second gameplay session will not be live streamed, by the way, okay? So anyway, hello everyone and welcome. I see there are more and more people joining the stream. Welcome, welcome to the second Just Cause 3 live stream. Quite honestly, it might be the last Just Cause 3 live stream. We have to see how it does today. And what I mean by that is yesterday we did pretty good. Yesterday, because it was the debut of the game, there was some pretty decent attendance here on the stream. We had I'd say probably between 400 to 600 people all day long. Well, all stream long, excuse me, not all day long. And it was pretty fun. Just Cause 3 so far, my initial impressions of the game are basically that it is Just Cause 2 with better graphics and a few improvements, which I think is pretty much what everyone was expecting. At the same time, I don't really think that Just Cause 3 was a game that like people were going crazy for, like, oh my god, I can't wait for Just Cause 3, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when Just Cause 2 came out, everyone was dying for me to play that game, and I think the reason was because it was a different kind of game. You didn't have these open world, crazy physics kind of games. If you remember, one of the first games that I did a review for, the first game I ever reviewed was Red Faction Guerrilla, which actually was an open world kind of physics game, and I think that's why people wanted me to play Just Cause 2. But I'm going to openly admit to everyone, okay, that I think that Just Cause 2 and 3 are more of games that you would like to watch maybe a fun edited montage of, oh, here's a silly physics moment in the game that's kind of ridiculous. Here's a cool grappling hook moment. Here's a cool explosion moment versus, oh, I want to watch someone do a full playthrough of the game. I think this is typically one of those games that's way more fun to play than it is to watch, unless you're watching, say, a montage, okay? So, quite honestly, I wasn't too surprised when, overnight, basically people were saying, I'm not very impressed by this game, it looks just like Just Cause 2, you know what I mean? Like, people were like, not a big deal, and I wasn't expecting much out of this game either. I just wanted to play it, because like I said, Just Cause 2 is a game that everyone kind of wanted me to play, and so I said, alright, Just Cause 3 is the new one, I'll play it. And this is the final new game of the year that I'm going to be playing. As I said yesterday, I'm skipping Rainbow Six Siege, which is hilarious because I've not heard in one person, not one person has even written me on Twitter or anything about Rainbow Six Siege. Typically, when I skip a game, when I completely skip a game, I'll get at least asked by one person, saying, gee, Phil, are you going to play it, or did you hear about it, or did you hear that it's good, or whatever. I've heard nothing. Zero. So I think, quite honestly, this week, which is really the last major release week of the year, is kind of a dead week. I don't think that there's too much going on, you know what I mean? Most people at this point are into the games that they're into, whether that be Fallout 3, or Call of Duty, or Star Wars Battlefront, or WWE, or Halo, or whatever whatever floats your boat, you're pretty much playing the hell out of it right now, and I don't think too many people are going too crazy about these games coming out this week. Now, with the exception of, I would say, later in the week, Xenoblade Chronicles X, there is always that JRPG crowd who loves that kind of game, and I guarantee you there will be people who will be like, Phil, you're not playing it yet? And of course, I talked about this yesterday. The answer is no. I'm not going to start a JRPG right now, especially because right now I'm already playing Fallout 4, WWE 2K16, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Just Cause 3, and I was playing Disgaea 5. There's no way that I'm going to start another new game. You know what I mean? Like, that would be just insane, and it would certainly not be warranted for that at all. People would certainly not want me to... Did I say Fallout 3? Of course I meant to say Fallout 4. But I really don't think that people would want to see me start another game that's just going to kind of sit on the back burner for a while. You know what I mean? Right now, I think my major focus moving forward is probably going to be Fallout 3, some WWE, balance that out with either Rise of the Tomb Raider or Just Cause 3. And I do want to address that too, because some people are like, oh, Phil, you only played Rise of the Tomb Raider 2 sessions and you never went back to it. What's going on with that? No, the playthrough's not dead at all. It's just that, as you know, there's been all these new games coming out, and I've been tackling them, okay? And a lot of stuff's been going on. And rather than me, again, jumping into a game once a week, what I've been doing, I put it on the back burner so that hopefully within the next week or so, I can start to finish off stuff like Fallout 4, and then I can focus more on Rise of the Tomb Raider. Like Rise of the Tomb Raider is a game that I think would be better played if I'm playing it every day or every other day versus once a week. So I would definitely want to focus on a game like that more. And so I am going to play Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just have to get to it. It's fun. I think it's going to be like this every year from now on. I'm going to be honest with everyone. I think every single year there's going to be so many games now coming out in this last quarter of the year. There's absolutely no way to play every single one of them consistently. There's just no way. It's not possible, It doesn't seem to be possible. There's too much going on. How am I going to play all these games at once? I can't. And, with Fallout 4 being kind of my focus, and the one game that I'm liking the most out of everything, I kind of want to focus on it. And the bottom line is I'm now 52 hours into Fallout 4, and I'm still unlocking major quest lines. Seriously, like yesterday I tweeted about this. Yesterday's session of Fallout 4, I unlocked another faction, the Institute, which I wasn't expecting, by the way. I thought that they were going to be like the villains of the game. No, they're another faction you can join. I'm like, Jesus Christ, really? And there's more quests. And I'm not complaining, by the way. I love the game. I'm loving that there's so much content and so many missions and stuff in the game, right? But pretty wild. And I got to focus on that. That's my main focus right now, is to get through Fallout 4 and continue with this awesome playthrough that I've been playing now for almost a month. Fallout 4, for those of you who don't know, was released on November 10th. I started playing it on November 9th. Today is December 2nd. It's almost a full month that I've been juggling this game, and I'm still going strong. I think I'm like almost 130 parts into it. I might even be 130 parts into it. I don't even know. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, okay? So, very quickly, because I've got to get started here. As I said when I started with the pre-stream, which most of you weren't here for, because now I see tons more people join. I have to stop this stream a half an hour early today for personal reasons. But my second session today is going to be WWE 2K16. And that's not going to be live streamed, but I'm going to be playing it longer. So later tonight, if you've been following that playthrough, there's going to be more matches than usual of WWE 2K16. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Okay? Alright, everyone. So, ladies and gents. Very quickly, a few things to address, because I want to finish this within another 5 minutes or so. Number one, thank you very much to everyone who has checked out the Rock-A-Thon from this past Monday, the 7-hour Rock-A-Thon in Rock Band 4. Tons of positive feedback. Most people are saying they absolutely want to see me do it again. And the video has gotten over 11,000 views in just a little over a day, which is pretty good. For a 7-hour long video, most people, I'm pretty sure, didn't watch 7 hours of content in one sitting. So I'm sure that many people are going to be going back to check it out, over the course of the week when they have more time, okay? So, thank you for that. And the good news also is, so far so good, knock on wood, no copyright issues, no content ID issues, no issues whatsoever with that. It's going swimmingly. So, let's say, this is out there for a week or two, and there doesn't seem to be any issues at all. What I may do is do the next one as an actual goal for December will be the return to the Rock-A-Thon, and we'll do that in January, okay? So, because people love this so much, and let's face it, I spent a lot of money buying songs, most of which I didn't even get to play. So I would love to return to the Rock-A-Thon and do more, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. Again, I don't want to jump the gun, because certainly the video not even being live for 2 days yet, there's still high potential for shenanigans with YouTube's bullshit copyright system. So let's not jump the gun and get ahead of ourselves, all right? In regards to Patreon, because obviously the Rock-A-Thon was a Patreon goal, FYI, right now about 2/3 of the people who pledged to my Patreon account in the month of November have been processed, and about 15 people have already been declined. And it is kind of a wide range. Some people did have larger pledges, but some people only had $1 pledges. So right now, it's very uncertain whether or not we're going to hit that goal for November because of the people who got declined, okay? Now, I just tweeted about it a couple minutes ago, and I was like, please check your Patreon accounts, because if you pledged in the month of November and your pledge got declined, if you don't update that info, you're not going to get in there for November, and we might not hit the goal. So FYI, if you did pledge to my Patreon in November, give it a check. Go to the Patreon website and just check it quickly and see if the pledge went through. I'll let everyone know again over the course of this week as more people get processed, if and when we hit the goal, or if we didn't, how close we are, so that hopefully people can go in there if they got declined and update their info. All right. What I'm hoping is that it's not a bunch of dick trolls. I wouldn't think that a troll would come in and pledge $1. I wouldn't. And the bottom line is, I don't think that anyone who got declined actually so far was a troll. I just think that either it's incorrect info or it didn't clear for some reason. I don't know. So hopefully people will check that out and we'll hit the goal. And if we do hit the goal, that means I'll be setting up a poll shortly where patrons will be voting on what platforming game I'll be playing at the end of this month for a marathon to end the year. It should be pretty fun. Okay. So outside of that, really, the only other thing that I want to mention is that we are approaching Christmas, as you know, and or the holiday season, whatever it is for you. You know what I mean? I don't know for you what holiday it is that you celebrate, but I do want to throw out there that a good option for looking for a gift for someone, whether it's your mother, your aunt, your sister, your daughter, your significant other, and it just doesn't have to be a woman, although a lot of people say that, this kind of thing of a handmade soap or a wax tart melt might be for the feminine persuasion. Men love them too. I use my girlfriend Leanna's handmade soaps to wash. It's the only thing I've used it for over 2 years, okay? And Leanna has sold over 100 orders this year. In fact, well more than that now, because that was like 2 months ago when she hit that milestone. And I just want to let everyone know her business is called The Black Current. You can find it at etsy.com/shop/The Black Current, spelled Currant. And the reason I'm bringing this up, and I will be bringing this up for the next several days, is because it's basically the last chance for you to order for this year because of shipping constraints. As you know, the Christmas is coming up shortly, and if you want to give stuff away as a Christmas present, there's some limitations. You would actually have to place an order if you're international, meaning you live outside of the United States. You'd have to place your order by December 8th.
7th.
Oh, December 7th. You said 8th.
No, I came in here and I said it was the 7th, remember? Because everything ships on the 8th international.
All right. So you'd have to place your order by December 7th. Excuse me. If you live outside of the United States and you want to check something out from the Black Current or give it as a gift, all right? If you want it for Christmas, you have to place that order by December 7th. So that's only 5 days left. Now, if you're domestic, if you live in the United States, you got a little bit more time. You have to place your order by December 20th.
Yep.
So you got a little bit more time there, obviously, because of that extra buffer there. The United States Postal Service will obviously deliver way faster to the United States than they will internationally.
And I use priority mail, so that makes a huge difference.
So check it out. Etsy.com/shop/The Black Current. Again, spelled Currant. Handmade glycerin soaps, wax tart melts. Not too much else to say about that besides the fact that if you are going to place an order and your order will be of $20 or more, use the code CELEBRATE100. Celebrate100 to save 10%. It's an exclusive discount code that I've been giving out here on the streams recently, and that's good till the end of the year. But again, if you want to get your order in for Christmas, you got to place it relatively soon, okay? So, all right, the only other thing I want to say, and then we're going to get started right now, with Just Cause 3, is that this may be the last day that I stream it. It all depends on how it turns out today. If people actually show up, and if people actually show up to the stream today and want to see more of Just Cause 3, then I will keep streaming it. But it seems to me, at least from the feedback that I received from yesterday's stream and also from the videos on YouTube, that people are like, this is kind of funny. It's something that I would like to see more of a montage of, but it doesn't necessarily seem to me to be something that I would want to watch the full playthrough of. If that's the case, message received. And I probably won't live stream Just Cause 3 anymore. What I'll do is I'll balance this as kind of the second playthrough of the day, and then maybe I will live stream things like Fallout 4, excuse me, or a WWE 2K and stuff like that, stuff that people want to see live streamed. That's what I'll be streaming, all right? So it all depends. Let's see what happens today. I mean, I'm about to start, and we've got like 200 people on the stream. I think that's kind of a case of people saying, all right, we saw it yesterday. It's the same as Just Cause 2. It's not exactly, you know, blowing us away. And, you know, fine. I will give you what you want. If more people would like to see other games, I'll stream other games then. All right? Okay. So that is it for the pre-stream. Let us begin with Just Cause 3. We're going to have around 2 to 2.5 hours of gameplay here on the stream today. Hope you'll enjoy it. Later tonight, WWE. I hope you'll enjoy that as well. You'll check those videos out. Again, they won't be live streamed, but should be fun. Sounds good? Thumbs up? Fair enough? All right. All right, then. Let's get this. I'm going to start this booting now because it takes 40 minutes to boot. All right. Thanks, everyone, for being patient, and let's begin.